Hey, it's Vic. Chronicles, this is all I do, YouTube-wise anymore. Losing my mind, losing my sanity. I've taken on so much. Still don't have an editing program, still don't give a fuck. I'm struggling so bad right now. Most of what I say tonight is probably going to be overdramatic, it's going to be melodramatic, and it's going to be depressing. Because I'm tired. I just got off a 12-hour shift at work with one break, and that was my doing, that was my choice. I decided to do that because I have a huge heart and I care. But I'm not here to talk about work. I'm not here to get a pity party. I'm just here to inform. These videos are strictly to explain my progress and everything that I'm going through. And I think it's important to document the shitty. And it's also important to document the good. There hasn't been a lot of good right now. But I think that's just because I'm doing so much at once that it's hard for me to realize that there is good going on. It's just, I'm a very, I don't want to say pessimistic person, but I'm a very realistic person when it comes to looking at things realistically. And odds are that outlook is going to seem very pessimistic. But, come on. Who are we fooling? Life sucks. So, basically, my last video was me talking about being dysphoric. And I don't really remember if I touched on it in that video, but lately I've felt like an object, and I'm not sure how to explain that to people who are cisgender. I'm not exactly sure how to explain that to people who are transgender and don't quite understand what I mean by object. I don't mean sexual object, which I can see why a lot of trans people would feel like sexual objects, because there are those people out there who look at trans people as an object of sex. They think, you know, oh, you haven't had surgery? You could use that to your advantage. No, actually, it makes us extremely dysphoric. And when I say us, I'm not speaking for every person in the world who is transgender. Some people are comfortable with that, some people are not. I'm not. I don't like people referring to my anatomy that I still have. I don't like people asking about what's in my pants. I don't like when people want to know that kind of thing, because I'm not going to sleep with you. So why does it matter? It doesn't. Unless I voluntarily start talking about my packer, or unless I voluntarily start talking about how I'm on my period, then don't talk to me about genitalia. Especially not mine. It's just extremely annoying. Another thing that I mean by object, I don't mean sexual object for me, because people don't really come on to me sexually. I mean, there are a few, but they don't come on to me super strong about it. I mean an object as in, anytime I see anyone, the first thing they ask me is not, how are you doing? The first thing they ask me is, how is your transition coming along? Which I understand. You're trying. I understand that you're acknowledging. I understand that you are noticing. But when I've gone from aromantic to lesbian to gender fluid to trans, I'm tired of the ever-pressing question of, what are you? Who are you? How do you identify? What have you decided to identify as? Which it's like walking on glass when you say stuff like that, because it's like, okay, yes, I get it. You're trying to ask how things are going, but you're not sure how to word it, so you just blatantly say, how is your transition? How is this, that, and the third? And when you ask that type of thing in a public setting around people who don't know, it's a dead giveaway. And I don't know if other people experience this type of thing. I'm sure it does. I'm sure they do. I'm sure it happens every day, every second. But when people are constantly like, you know, you're passing to somebody, right? And then all of a sudden someone comes up behind you and is like, hey, have you got your hormones yet? Or, hey, how's your transition going? Or, hey, are you feeling more manly today? Or, hey, you know, and they bring something up about it, and then the person that's around, or that can hear what's being talked about or can see you, they're instantly like, oh, you're transgender. Oh, you're FTM. Wow, cool. And it's like, no, the whole entire point of me wearing a binder, of me packing, of me looking like this, is to appear male. That's the entire point there. Male pronouns are not recommended, they are required. They're not preferred, they are required at this point. I've told everyone that I work with, that I have physical interaction with. I've told them countless, and when I say countless, I mean literally countless times, that I am male. And yet they still use female pronouns, and I don't know why. Because for a while, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm understanding. It's new to you, it's new to me, it's new to everyone involved, right? But I've been out for at least a month. I know it's been more than a month. I don't have my phone, so I'm not about to go check the exact date, but I know I've been out for a good minute. And you would think by now that people, it's not that difficult to change pronouns. You already call me Vic. That's been in place for almost a year and a half now. You already call me Vic. And when you pull out the government-issued name, everyone's looking at you like, who is that? We don't have someone that works here that's named that. Who are you Oh, Vic? Oh. Don't do that. And lots of people know not to do that. People that don't even, like, call themselves my acquaintance, no. Do not use Vic's government, or he will freak the fuck out. And I will. Trust and believe. Because if you can't take an 8-letter name and shorten it to a 3-letter name, which is way easier, and it's not even like it's different, it's a literal shortened version of my government. If you can't do that, then I don't know what is wrong with you. And this whole, I'm going to call you Victor because that's the only way. No. Vic is the name that I want, not Victor. I don't want that. If I wanted that name, I would have said, hey, my name is Victor, and I'm going to start going by Victor now. My name tag says Vic. I literally want to go by Vic. That's the whole entire point of this entire the main point of this transition, which I thought was already set in place, was I'm going by Vic now. Why are you using my government-issued name? Why? I don't understand. And, you know, there's some people that work with me that do not grasp the concept of he. They do not grasp it. Every time they address me or they talk about me, it's female pronouns. And I'm standing right there. And the thing that gets me so amped up is not that they're using the wrong pronouns. I mean, yeah, that gets me fired up. But the fact that I do not appear feminine. I do not. I'm past the point now where I'm like, am I passing? Do I pass? I'm past that point because I know I'm passing. I know that I appear male. I may not appear old enough, because no facial hair, I have a baby face, but I feel, personally, that I appear male. When I walk out of my house, I have a new binder, and it does wonders. It's amazing. I mean, I'm not completely flat, but I look like I have pecs, like I work the fuck out. And my thing is, like I talked about this in the past video about the whole drive-thru thing. People still have trouble deciphering what kind of voice or who. But I've done some thinking. Half the people I work with that are male, that identify as male, do not have Morgan Freeman voices. Their voices are not deep. In fact, my voice is deeper than most of the males who work with me. There are 2 or 3 males at my job that have deeper voices than me. The rest of them either match my voice or are higher. And what I'm trying to understand is, why is it that they always get sir over the headset where I get ma'am? I cannot figure it out. I can't figure it out if it's the way I word things, if it's how I inflect certain sounds in my speech. Like, do I say like too much? Is that feminine? Do I say okay in a feminine way, like okay, or something? Or is the way that I respond to people's questions, or is my customer friendly voice too feminine? Because I don't think it is. And maybe that's because I'm hearing my voice recycled through my ears and back into my vocal cords. But I really think my voice is deeper than most males there. And it just blows my mind. I don't even sound feminine. I don't think. Unless it's the way I speak, unless it's the way I pronounce certain words, unless it's like the inflection I put on the end of words, unless I drop my S's too much where I sound, homosexual. But I'm not even, I don't think I exhibit those traits. I don't. I really think I exhibit straight male. And, then you'll have people who get the pronouns right at the speaker, but then they get to the window and they're like, thanks, ma'am. And I'm like, how do I appear feminine right now? I'm bound. I'm packed. I carry myself like a male at work. Shoulders back. Chest out. Like I work out, so I'm going to put my chest out and, posture. I don't walk feminine. I walk masculine. And these are all things that I've thought about so just in depth. I've really, really, really thought about, how do I carry myself? How do I walk? How do I this? How do I that? How do I do this? That is what brings me to my object point. People there know, everybody there knows, except maybe some new hirees, but they don't know. But what pisses me off is I wasn't introduced as Vic. He's going to show you how to do, he's going to train you on this. It was, this is Vic. She is going to, and I instantly was like, really? You're going to tell these brand new people that don't know my name, that don't know me, that don't know anything about me, you're going to introduce them to me and use female pronouns referring to me? And then they're going to be really fucking confused when the people at work who actually try and who actually successfully use the right pronouns, when they use the correct pronouns, they're going to be like, who the fuck is... What? And that makes me so mad. Like, what? But the whole object thing, what I'm trying to get to is, it's constantly like, my mind is completely consumed with passing. How do I do this? How do I do that? And I constantly feel that when people ask those questions to me, that when people look at me, that when people stare at me and they don't say anything, they're just looking me up and down like, It's like, maybe not. Maybe they're just looking at me, just to look at me. But in my head, I overanalyze everything. I literally overanalyze every look, every glimpse, every snicker, every laugh, every smirk, every smile, every frown, every tone of voice. I overanalyze it and I'm like, shit, they know. And I don't want them to know. I want them to see me. I want them to hear me. I want them to look at me and go, that is a male right there. No question. None. But I don't get that. And the problem that I have is the people that know and acknowledge the fact that I am transgender, do they only see me as that? Whereas before I came out, people just saw me as a person. Maybe they didn't know my gender. Maybe they were like, I don't know. It's just Vic. And now it's like, well, Vic is trying to be a male. So let's observe and see if he passes as a male. That's literally, I did not want that to happen. I wanted to say, hey, I'm male. Okay, keep it moving. That's all I want. That's all I ask for. But no, it does not happen that way. So every time I go into work, every time this, that, and the other happens, people ask how I am. It's not how are you feeling. It's how is your transition going? Pronoun, 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 male, male, male. You're this, you're that. Like, why can't I just be a fucking person? I don't feel like a human being anymore. I feel like I'm under a glass case. That I'm just there for show. That I'm just freaking an observation. I feel like I have a little plaque next to me like, this is Vic. Vic identifies as a male. But Vic is not a male. But Vic is getting there. Just because Vic hasn't started testosterone, just because Vic hasn't had surgery, just because this, that, and the other, Vic is still female. Now, granted, this is the way people at my job think. I obviously know that, I am male no matter what people say. And that's what bothers me. Is people's advice to me is, it doesn't matter what they say. You know what you are. You know you're male. I know you're male. So it's fine. Actually, no, it's not fine. It really, really bothers me. That's all they're concerned with. And I know not everyone is going to be on board with it. Not everyone is going to be like, oh, instantly. But there's people there that I didn't think would do it, but there's people there who actually have never slipped up. To my face. There's people who, as soon as they saw, or as soon as I told them, or as soon as they heard, they were instantly like, alright, Vic's guy. I'm not gonna fuck up. And yes, I understand people have slip-ups. Yes, I understand it happens sometimes. But with the frequency and the amount of times it's been happening lately, it's really starting to piss me the fuck off. I swear. I can't. And, this video turned into a very angry rampage, but the whole point I wanted to get across is I'm not an object. I'm not a thing to observe. I'm not a thing to just look at and try and grasp. I am a person. I am a human being. I have emotions, thoughts, feelings, desires, anxiety. I have all these things that are going on inside of me, and I'm also trying to pass as male. So as you can see, when people use female pronouns, and I don't always correct them because I may be in the middle of taking an order, or maybe I'm talking to somebody else, and I hear them in the background going, yeah, she, and I'm just like, and by the time I have the chance to correct them, there's no point. Because they've moved on. They're not talking about me anymore. And I want to shake them so hard and look them in the face and be like, I am a male, and if you don't start referring to me as a male, I'm going to punch you in the throat. But I know that's not going to get anything across to anybody. It's not gonna push any point across to consistently tell them. And it's like, for the longest time at work, I would stop everything I was doing and be like, he, him, his, I'm a dude, hello. But now I'm just like, what's the point? They're literally not listening. Whoa, shit. That was crazy. They're literally not listening to me. They're not retaining anything. They literally come to work with me for 8 hours, 5 hours, 3 hours, 12 hours today. I mean, no one really slipped up today. Actually, fuck, I take that back. Anyway, they work with me for X number of hours. And maybe, within the course of those hours, they use male pronouns. But as soon as the new day rolls around and I'm there again, it's like, oh shit, man, he. And it's like, you literally just worked with me yesterday. Not even 24 hours ago. Not even 12 hours ago. Like, I literally was in here the other day. I was in here yesterday. I was in here 2 days ago. It doesn't matter. I don't know why it's not setting in with people. I'm so tired of correcting people because I feel like they're not even retaining anything. I don't know. I feel like I'm an object. We're at a museum and I'm just on display and everyone's just looking at me, just gawking at me, and I can do nothing to explain myself. And I'm so tired of feeling like that, and I don't know how to stop. I know how to stop, but I can't. Like, literally all I have to do is say fuck the bullshit and not give a single care about what's going on. And just be like, they say but my whole thing is, I'm not gender fluid. I'm not agender. So when people get it wrong, I can't just go, oh, it's fine because I can identify as that. I don't identify as female. So when people use the wrong pronouns, it's like, good job, you fucking misgendered me. Thanks. Thank you. No, I feel great. I feel fine. I don't know. And maybe I sound like a bitch complaining about all this shit, but it really freaking irks me. And I can't, and you would be surprised at the people there who claim to, yeah, I fuck with Vic. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, Vic's my homie. Whatever. Vic would do anything for me, I'd do anything. No. Like, if you want to claim that we're friends, or that we're close, maybe try getting my pronouns right first before I even consider being close with you. Because if you can't get my pronouns right, odds are I don't like you. I don't like the way that you do that shit. And like, as soon as people misgender me, it doesn't matter how close I am with them. It doesn't matter. As soon as it happens, I'm instantly mad. Like, if you want to know the quickest way to make me angry, just refer to me as female. Odds are I'll either say something and be like, it's fine, it's he, but it's fine, don't worry about it. But on the inside, I'm like, I freaking swear, if you do that one more time, I'm gonna just literally stop speaking to you. Or hit you in the face. I don't know. Something. But anyway, this turned into a ramble and I can't edit it. So I probably made the same point 500 times, but I'm not an object, I am a person. And I would really appreciate it if people started treating me as such. I don't know, it'd just be nice. Bye guys. Until next time.